So today I want to show you how I do my really simple, fresh, and easy makeup look. This is the kind of makeup that I do if I just want to look more polished and put together, but still really like myself and just kind of, you know, myself but better. So just kind of accentuating my features but keeping it really light and fresh. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, maybe find some tips or inspiration, and let's get started. The foundation I've really been loving recently has been the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I love the consistency of this and it just wears really nice throughout the day. And I will be applying that with a Sigma flat Kabuki brush, which looks like this. I'm gonna start by kind of stippling it onto my skin and then kind of pulling it in a downward direction. Then I'm going to take my NARS concealer in the shade Biscuit, which has a really nice kind of orangey undertone to it. So it's great for canceling out any discoloration or like grayness in the skin. So I'm just going to be placing that in the inner part of my eye, like that. And also around my mouth. And then I'm going to take that same foundation brush and just blend that into the skin. So now my skin tone is evened out, and the last thing that I like to do for my skin is just kind of brighten a little bit. And for this I'm using another NARS concealer but in a lighter shade, and this is called Custard. And instead of doing like the full kind of like triangle, I'm just going to dot that like that underneath my eyes. A little bit down my nose, a little bit over here. Since my skin does have a bit of discoloration and kind of like scarring on it, I don't mind spending a little bit more time on my skin as opposed to like my eyes or something. But if you don't have a lot of discoloration on your skin, you don't have to do the first step of like the orangey kind of concealer. But usually people with like medium toned or darker toned skin, they tend to have this kind of discoloration around their mouth and underneath their eyes. So I do like to just kind of neutralize that first. Just to make sure that it stays in place and doesn't crease up underneath the eyes, I'm going to take my Kat Von D contour kit and a damp kind of like beauty blender sponge, but it's just one of those traditional kind of triangle shaped ones. I did wet this like 10 minutes ago, so it is a little bit damp. I'm just going to take this yellow shade and kind of mix it in with the peach, and I'm just going to be pressing that right underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to be taking that also around my nose and down the sides of my mouth, so anywhere where I applied the concealer. And to set the rest of my face, I'm using my Urban Decay De-Slick Mattifying powder. This is just a translucent powder, it doesn't have any color, and I'm only going to put this in my T-zone. Again, I'm taking that same sponge. I really like this to set my makeup. I think it just makes it last longer and makes it look more natural and blended. So I really like it, and I'm just kind of bouncing that on my skin. I think it also feels really nice, so it's kind of like a little face massage. So I'm just going to set my T-zone with this. I'm not going to be setting the sides of my face just because I want it to be a little bit more kind of glowy and natural looking. So onto the brows, I will be using my Anastasia dark brown brow powder duo and their double-ended eyebrow brush. First, just going to be brushing out my brows. So I just kind of take a mix of both the powders, tap off the excess. There was this one point when I let my brows grow and they looked so beautiful and full. And then I went to go get my brows threaded, and the lady that usually threads my brows wasn't there. It was another woman, and unfortunately she just did way too much. She took out way too much of my brows, and since then it's just been really hard to let them grow back fully. But I mean, thank goodness for brow products. And I do like to kind of create the illusion that my brows are more going upwards a little bit. So I do like to focus this on kind of bringing my brow shape up and creating a nice arch, and then bringing it down again right there. This next step is totally optional, but if you find that you have longer brow hairs like I do, then you could find this pretty helpful. So I'm just taking a brow gel. This is by Eyeko, and I love this one because of the little tiny brush that it has, and it's a very like dense and firm brush, so it grabs the hairs really easily. So I'm just going to be running that through my brows, and this will really help to keep my brows in place throughout the day, and it also kind of takes away the powdery effect of the brow powder and just makes the brows look a lot more natural. And then I like to just go back to my Kat Von D palette, and I'm just going to pick up this middle contour shade. Definitely on like a daily, if you don't have a lot of time, you don't want to spend too much time contouring, but just using a warm brown shade like this to both kind of like contour and bronze at the same time is really, really nice. And I also like taking this over the center of my nose, just kind of swooping it back and forth. This is the quickest way to get like kind of nose contour, but it's like super easy. I really don't do shadows on an everyday basis, but with my contour or bronze color, I like to take a fluffy brush and just kind of run it in there. And then I like to just kind of run it through my crease in kind of like a window wiper half circle motion, and it just adds a little like something something, but it's super quick and easy to do, and you're just using the same bronzer or contour powder. You don't have to be reaching for lots of different products. I always love how a pink blush looks on me, so I'm going to take this one right here by NARS in the shade Amour, and with that same fluffy brush that I used for the bronzer slash contour, I'm just going to take a little bit of this and dust it over my cheeks. And lastly for the skin, I'm just going to apply some highlight, and here I have one by Becca in the shade Opal, and this is such a gorgeous highlight. This is such a pigmented and glossy highlight. It is so, so pretty. And I'm going to use this Sigma tapered highlighting brush to apply that. It's very, very pigmented, so you kind of want to tap off the excess. And I'm just going to place that on the tops of my cheekbones. So you can see it just adds like the prettiest little glow to your skin. This is another kind of like just pick me up for your face. I'm just going to run a little bit of this down the center of my nose and a bit on my cupid's bow. And I'm also going to take that on my lid and kind of in the center of my eyes and brushing the rest of it on my lid. Because this brush is like a tapered brush, it fits really nice into the inner corner of the eye, and then the rest of the brush kind of just covers the lid perfectly. So it's really easy to apply the highlight with this. And then just lastly for the eyes, I'm not going to do a winged liner because that's always like a hit or miss. Even after so many years of doing my makeup, I still find the liner to be kind of like tricky. So if I'm in a rush, I just take a dark brown eyeshadow or like a dark purple eyeshadow, kind of depends, but usually keeping it matte. And I'm just going to run that underneath my lower lash line. And then just taking a clean, fluffy brush to blend that out. I don't do this next step all the time, but I think that it does add some nice smokiness to the eyes. Plus it's really quick and easy. So I'm just taking a black liner and just running that on my waterline. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes using my new Tarte eyelash curlers. These are from their new holiday collection, and they have these black and gold stones all over them. It's so, so cute. So I kind of curl them twice, once at the base and then once a little bit higher up, just so that the whole lash is curled. And then I'm going to take my Bare Minerals Lash Domination Mascara and apply a few coats of that. For my lips, I usually just like to leave them bare. I don't always like to have a lip color or like lip gloss or lipstick or something on my lips. But if I do feel like kind of like defining my lips a little bit, I like to take a pinky nude kind of like lip colored lip pencil. And here I have one by Jordana Cosmetics in the shade Tawny. And I'm just going to really like quickly kind of outline and fill in my lips, and then that will be my lip color. And then I'm just taking my finger to kind of blend that in. I do really like to use a lip liner as a lipstick because I feel like it just lasts really long on the lips. It looks really natural, and I really like this color. It's like a rosy nude shade. Especially if I'm wearing like really lightweight makeup, I like to add a necklace and some earrings. I think it always just adds a lot to your face without like having to put anything actually on your face. Kind of like add some sparkle and like interesting details around your face. So here I have a gold necklace by Zara, and these are just some really simple studded earrings that I got from Etsy. And this is pretty much my really simple, fresh and easy makeup look that I think is perfect for kind of like every day. And you just kind of want to look like yourself but more polished and put together, and I think this looks really nice. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me to see what videos you guys are liking. And if you guys want to see more photos of this look and all the products that I used, you can check out my blog at anniejaffrey.com. I'll have a link for this blog post down below in the description. And also, if you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram and Snapchat, and that's both at Annie Jaffrey. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah!